Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Amdoranalytics Data Science Bootcamp. Apologies if you cannot see me. Okay, so we are going to start now. All right, welcome to Amdoranalytics Bootcamp. So today we are going to be looking at data science, how you can become a data scientist, and how easy it is to transition into data science career path. Hi, welcome to Amdoranalytics Bootcamp once again. My name is Chinye and I'll be your host for today's program. You cannot hear me. Oh, it's too early for this. Please confirm you can hear me, others. Okay, thank you, Adetola. Thank you, Ma. I guess, okay, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Maybe it's your provider. Maybe you need to log out and log in again. Log out and log in again. Thank you, Ma. So let's dive in. So today we want to tell you how easy it is for you to transition into data science career path. If you've been trying to move into data science and maybe you've heard a lot about data science, it's all about coding. I don't think it's something I can do. I don't think data science is not the right career path for me. Please wait till the end of this program. The program is going to be very, very hands-on. I'll send data set to some of the group chats and I'll still drop the data sets here in case if you want to practice along with me, so you practice along with me. All right, so before we dive in, I want to tell you about myself. I am Chinyere and I am joining you from Lagos, Nigeria. So if you don't mind, you want to know where our audience are joining us from, if you don't mind, please can you use the chat section and tell us where you're joining us from. Just type in your name. So just no, there's no need for your name. Just type in where you're joining us from. Type in Lagos, Nigeria, United Kingdom, Canada. Just tell us where you're joining us from. Okay, then tell us where you're joining us from. And if today is your first time joining Amdoranalytics Bootcamp, we want to say very big welcome to you. Thank you for joining us. Okay, Basil joining from UK. Thank you for joining us, Basil from UK. So let's keep that coming. Tell us where you're joining us from. Cameroon. Baby. Thank you for joining us. Abuja. All right, thank you very much, everybody. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. You can just drop where you're joining us from. Not just okay. Just Japheth. Japheth is joining us from. All right, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for joining. And let's dive into Amdoranalytics. I want to tell you about Amdoranalytics. And if today is your first time joining Amdoranalytics, let's introduce you to Amdoranalytics. As you all know, Amdoranalytics is an EdTech company, that's an educational technology company. For a lot of people that reached out to us and started asking us some things about immigration, I don't think that's our career, that's our part. We are EdTech company. So what we do here is to teach people. So at Amdoranalytics, we are committed to empowering individuals to become global talents through our comprehensive and accessible training programs. Okay, so what we do here, we train people to become global talents. Our mission is simple. Our mission is to bridge the skill gap by equipping learners with in-demand skills. And one of the in-demand skills is what we're going to be looking at today. Someone reached out to me yesterday and the person was like, can you tell me most in-demand skills? I don't know if these skills are sort of that. Trust me, they are. Okay, they are all the skills, all the programs that we are doing here at Amdoranalytics are something that will help you to excel in any career path, anywhere you find yourself in. Okay, so enabling them to make informed decisions, drive innovation, and create positive change in the tech-driven world, particularly across the African continent. So with track record of success, we have helped over 8,000 participants transition into their career path. We specialize in training individuals in the field of data analytics, business analytics, HR analytics, cybersecurity, data engineering, AI engineering, project management, and data science. Right. So our tutors are industry experienced professionals who are experts in their field. You are going to be seeing them. For those of you that have joined our bootcamp since last week, we've done our data analytics bootcamp, our project management, our cyber security, and today is data science. So you can attest to that every one of the tutors that have handled each of these bootcamp, they are very, very, very good. They know what they are doing. And this is to prove to you how experts these guys are and what you're going to be seeing when you register for Amdoranalytics program. All right. So Amdoranalytics is across all the social media platforms. We are everywhere: TikTok, YouTube, everywhere. Just type Amdoranalytics, you are going to see us. And if you want to check our website, please type www.amdoranalytics.io. You are going to see our website. Now, before we dive in, I love to ask this question. Right? If you can unmute, I don't mind. I just need two people to tell me why they feel like tech is something for them in this era. Okay, so if you feel like, oh, I've heard a lot about tech, I don't even know what tech is, but let me test. Or why do you think that tech is something that you should go for in this 2026? Let's use the word 2026. Okay, Samuel, working remotely. Okay, someone is raising up hand. Simeon, can you please unmute? So you need to unmute and talk to us if you want to talk to us. I just need two people to speak, but if you want to use the chat, please, you can use the chat and type. Someone said remote. That's someone who work remote.
I feel it's the way forward. It's the future now.
Oh, tech is the future now. Thank you very much for that. Another person want to tell us why tech. Okay, so I don't know, but let me tell you a story about myself and when I transitioned into the career path. Why? Okay, there are two things, right? Of course, one, when I started my career, before I started my career, I lost a job opportunity to work with one of the biggest logistic company in Nigeria because I could not use Excel very well. So I lost that opportunity. So another thing, again, why I feel like tech is something I should do is because of the money. Okay, so I don't know about others, but me, I'm just being honest. Just because of the money, there is money in tech. You heard a lot about tech, and people are start telling you that, come on, this thing. But then again, I used to tell people this is not a Ponzi scheme. Okay, it's not a quick rich that you feel like, oh, it's something I will do in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, in 1 month, I start making that millions. No, it requires your patience. But trust me, it's the way forward. Like someone said, it takes the way forward. Right, so let me talk about myself and we dive in. Will not take much of our time because you know that this is weekend. Okay, so my name is Chinyere Chukwuka. I'll be the facilitator for today's program. So if you know you've been under my training, please give me a thumbs up. Just use your favorite emoji. You've been under my training. You've been under my training. I think I was here last week. Today, if today is your first time joining my training, like under my training, please type 1. And if you know that you have been under my training, maybe last year, any year, you've been under my training for once, just give me your favorite emoji, maybe thumbs up or whatever. Just, okay, 1. So today is your first time. So for the people, okay. Thank you, Samuel. Okay, thank you, Samuel. Okay, 1 simply means today is your first time joining my training. I'm sorry that I'm not turning on my video. Okay, 2. This is that type 2. I don't know what it means, but that's fine. Let's go, guys. If you know that today is okay, thumbs up for Luke. So she has been joining our programs. Okay, so I need someone to unmute. Just one person or 2 persons if you want to unmute and tell me about my training, about my teaching, not about Amdoranalytics now, about Chinyere Chukwuka, about my teaching. You've been under my training. I think last weekend I was here, on Saturday last weekend, I know. So you want to tell me about my teaching. Feedback from our students. So you can unmute. You can unmute and speak. Very systematic. Okay, thank you, Samuel. So I need someone to unmute. I need someone to unmute. I want to hear someone. Ah. So I know I have a lot of people that joined my training. Okay. That's fine, Samuel. That's fine, Samuel. Okay, so let's proceed. If you don't have anybody, it's simply it's not only Samuel. I was here last week. Okay. So some of you watched that video on YouTube, and I saw some comments there. It simply means you've been under my training, right? So my name is Chinyere Chukwuka, and I am going to be taking today's program as well, like what we did last week, very, very practical, hands-on from the beginning till the end of this program. So let me tell you about myself. I'm a data analyst and data scientist with close to educate on hands-on experience across data, technology, and innovation driving environments. So I love to tell people about my background, very, very important, right? I studied economics. I think a few days ago, someone dropped a message on one of our groups, and she mentioned that she studied economics and she don't know which career path that was best for her. So I don't know what you studied, but I want to tell you that I studied economics. Yes, I have a very good background in economics, covering pure economics, development economics, and econometrics. So if you studied economics, that is a very good advantage because you did econometrics, right? We did R then, and some little analytics. Okay, so this foundation has helped me over the years to help individuals and businesses to drive innovation in their company and make informed business decisions across all their company. I've worked with a lot of sectors across the group. I work with companies across UK, Canada, Australia, US. Currently, I'm working with one of the logistic companies in US. Right. So as the founder of Amdoranalytics, I have successfully guided individuals with no prior knowledge to transition into the tech ecosystem, and not just transitioning into the tech ecosystem, but securing their first tech roles. Right. So for over the years, I've been doing this like over the years, and God has been faithful. I've trained over 6,000 participants over the years that I started my career as a tech person. Thank you for joining us, and stay back and enjoy the program. All right, so let me take one question. If you have any question for us, please ask. If you have a question for Shenya, please do ask your question, and then let's dive in. We want to get our hands busy. We want to get our hands busy. All right. So if there's no question, we are going to proceed. So my colleagues are on this call. They're going to be dropping a form. Please make sure that you fill that form. You want to speak with me, or you want to speak with any of my colleagues, please make sure that you fill that form and talk to us on how we can, let's see how we can assist you to transition into the best career path for you. Now, for a lot of people that have heard a lot about Python, you are scared of Python, you don't want to code. When people mention data tech, the first thing that comes to your mind is coding. I think this is very difficult. I don't think it's something I can do. I don't think it's some, a whole lot of things. And trust me, I will not say that you're wrong, because there's a lot of noise in the tech ecosystem. You'll be hearing this, learn this. Some people will tell you, oh, it's this. Some people will tell you this. And at the end of the day, you find out that you really need to code, and then you run away. Let me tell you why most people run away from coding. And that's one is the trainer. Okay, so if you have a patient trainer who is very good at what he or she does, trust me, you will find coding very, very interesting. Okay, so that's one thing that you need to know. Another thing again is your commitment. Yeah, if you're very, very committed to do it, you will definitely do it. If others are doing it, tell yourself, I will do it. That's how it works. So let's get our hands busy. We are going to be coding this afternoon. So one thing I just need from you, please make sure that you turn on your laptop. If you're using your laptop, turn on your laptop. We're going to use laptop to do this together. So you don't need to have a prior knowledge before doing whatever we want to do now. Okay, so this is my Chrome. This is my Chrome. Just open your browser. I'm using Chrome. Open your browser and type. We're going to be using Colab. Please pay very good attention. We have a lot of Python platform or app that we use for coding. We have Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so but we're going to be using Colab, that's Google Colab, so that you don't need to download anything. Just open your browser. Since you have your email, so you can be able to access this. Open your browser and type Colab, or you type Google Colab. Okay, Colab. So this is Colab. So you will see something like welcome to Colab. Colab, or you type Google Colab. So I'm going to open it. So this is what I have. This is what I have. This is what I have. Please give me a second. Give me a second. Apologies for this. Okay, so we're back. Just type Google Colab. Google Colab, you are going to see this interface. Just close this. Close this, Colab this. This is just introduction to Colab, telling you what Colab is all about and how to use it. You want to use it with VS Code and all that. Of course, VS Code is another. I don't want to take you that far. We are not here to start explaining some applications that we use in data science. We are here to talk about data science and how you can easily transition into the data science space, and how easily it takes to code. Okay, when people hear about coding, I'll be like, oh no, this is very difficult. It's not something I can do. We are here to tell you that it's easy. It takes easy, and you can do it. Now, let me just say something before we dive in. In data science, if you want to become a data scientist, you will code. Okay, you will code. In data engineering, you will code. AI engineering, you are going to code. These three career coding, you are going to code from the beginning to the end of your programs. Okay, so just bear that in mind. So today we are going to be starting with how to code. So now this is our Google Colab. So we are going to use this platform to do whatever we want to do. So let me tell you what we want to do. The topic for this program says how to visualize, or how to visualize using Python. Of course, Python that we're using the Google Colab is Python, right? So I've said that we have Jupyter Notebook, but we're using Colab. So how you are going to visualize your data using Colab. So last weekend, we used Power BI. We used the AI, Gen AI. From the Gen AI, we moved to SQL, that's SQL Server, and we moved to Power BI. We use Power BI to visualize our data. Now we want to use Python to do this. For those that are interested in starting their career in data science, to see how easy it takes for them to code. Now, this is Google Colab. When you open your Google Colab, just collapse this. I've collapsed that. And you hover your cursor here. I'm going to take it very easy so that you'll be able to, for those that are following me, so that you'll be able to follow me very well. So you will see here, you can hover your cursor here, you see code. Or you click on this. Just click on this, look at it here, and you will see code. Now, this is because we want to get an interface where we want to start typing our code. I love to have it here. So I'll click on this to insert code. Now, remember what we about to do. We want to show you how you can visualize your data. Now, the first thing we need to do, we need to import some libraries. Okay. When you hear about data science, just know that data scientists, we work with a lot of libraries, right? But I'm going to be explaining them very well. So we need to import a library called Pandas. Okay, so Pandas is a Python library. It is used for data analysis and data manipulation. So we talk about data analysis and data manipulation. We're talking about data transformation, data sorting, cleaning your data, and of course, data visualization. No, not yet data visualization, but that's what Pandas is meant for. So we use Pandas for data analysis and manipulation in general. So we are going to import Pandas into our Colab. So the first thing that we need to do here, if you're following me, please, this is the first thing that we need to type. Import. So just type it here. Import pandas as PD. As PD. Now, what we are saying here, we want to import the pandas, but we want to import it as PD. Simply means that it's, by the next time that we want to bring pandas, instead of us to type pandas, we then type PD. Okay, import pandas as PD, right? So just use enter on your keyboard, just click on enter. We want to import 3 libraries. Okay, so we want to import Seaborn as SN. I'm going to explain what Seaborn is. So import Seaborn. Let's start typing, you see it there as SNS. Okay, so what is Seaborn? So Seaborn is a Python visualization library. It is used to create charts and beautify charts. In general, it's used for chart to beautify your charts. Okay, so last weekend when we used Python, Power BI, you've seen how we'll be able to import our data, visualize it. Okay, so what this Seaborn is, in Power BI, you see something like build your visuals. So those visualization tools there, okay, so they are being used to visualize your data. That's what this Seaborn is. So we use Seaborn to create those beautiful charts that you're seeing out there, right? So this second library, so we need to import another library. We need to import matplotlib, call it matplotlib or matplotlib. So import matplotlib. So we need to import matplotlib dot. So just .py plot. Okay. So import it as what? As PLT. PLT. Okay, so let me tell you about matplotlib. Matplotlib is used for creating those charts. Okay, those charts that you're seeing out there. And Seaborn is used to beautify those charts. I believe you can hear me. Why are we importing this? There are other libraries in Power BI and in Python. There are other libraries in Python, but we are using this because of what we want to do. We want to visualize a data set. Okay, so after you've done this, the next thing is for you to run your code. You can see this. Look at this. Look at this here. When you click on this icon, you will run your code, or you use shift, hold down shift on your keyboard, hold down shift on your keyboard and hit enter. You will look at it now, it's running. So import pandas as PD, import Seaborn as SNS, import matplotlib .py plot as PLT. So if you have any question, please do ask. If you want me to copy the code and share with you, I will do that. So now we've imported our libraries. That's the first step, right? So I will need to insert another code here. So you see something like insert code here. Okay. So now the question is, what is the next thing that we need to do? So we've imported all these libraries. The next thing that we need to do is to import the data set here. Okay, I shared the data set on the groups. I don't know if you are there, but I shared the data set. I'm still going to share that data set here if you want me to do that. So let's bring our data set. Now, let's see how we can bring that data set into this collab. Now, to do that, you will see this here. Now, pay attention here. You see this. Okay, you can see when you hover your cursor there. When you hover your cursor there, you see file. Now, click on this. So I'm going to click on that. So when you click on this, you will see this icon, like download icon. You see upload to section storage. Okay. So I'm going to click on this. Click on this and then search for the data set. So the data set, I have it on my download, which is this. I'm going to select it. This is the data set that we're using. So I'll select this and I'll click on open. So this is the data set here. Look at it here, very simple. But let me share something with you. This data set that we have here is not yet inside our collab. So we need to bring this data set inside our collab. Okay, we need to bring this data set inside the main collab. Now to do that, we are going to use df dot Okay, now what is DF? DF simply means data frame. It means data frame. So it's a common variable used when working with pandas as a table in your Colab, or of course we are using Colab, or if you're using Jupyter Notebook, it's still the same thing. Okay, so DF simply means data frame. So I'm going to say DF dot, sorry, apologies. So DF equal to PD. Remember, PD is now pandas. Pay attention. Here we say what? Import pandas as PD. Now this PD is standing as what? Pandas. So PD dot read underscore Excel. Now, please pay very good attention. Pay attention. We are importing this data set here inside our main Colab. That's what we're about to do. Now, you see PD, which is pandas, dot read, dot underscore, apologies, underscore. Now, what we are using is Excel. So I'm going to select this Excel. If your data set is CSV, CSV simply means comma separated values. Okay. If your data set is in CSV file, so you can just click on here, just select CSV. But I know that my data set is Excel file, so I'm going to click on Excel, or I will type it. Okay. So if you are importing HTML, so you select HTML. But what I'm importing here is Excel file. So I'll click on this Excel. Okay. So I'll click on this Excel. Now, when you click on this Excel, you need to type in the name of your data set. Pay very good attention, please. So you need to type in the name of your data set, or we call it data set file, or data source. I mean, data part or data source. Okay, someone is raising up hands. Only God knows.
Yes. We accept the data set so that we can follow you as well. As you are practicing, we will be practicing the same.
Okay, so I'm going to share the data sets here. Well, I'll share the data sets on. Okay, so I don't know the group chats that you are in, because I shared the data set a few minutes ago in some of our groups. Hi, Shika. Shika, can you hear me?
I'm on WhatsApp.
Yes, I can hear you.
So please, can you help me to repost that data set that I shared a few minutes ago?
All right, I'll do that.
Yes. So, sir, you can follow me along, but if the data set is not available for you to follow me, please work with me, listen. The main thing is for you to learn. At the end of the day, I'm going to share the data set again. Is that okay? Okay, so let's go. Let's go. So now we have what? We have type in our pd.p read underscore Excel, because we are using Excel. Please put the WhatsApp group link. Please, Shika will do that. Shika is my colleague and she's going to handle that. So the next thing is for us to bring in our data parts, or you call it data source. Now pay very good attention. Why we are doing this is because here we can have more than one data set. Okay, we can have more than one data set. Now to do that, I'm going to open my bracket, or call it parentheses. Let's speak like data professionals. So I'll open my parentheses and use my quotes. So just type quote once. Quotes, that means quote, right? So now here you can see where your cursor is written. Now come to the data set. This is the data set here. This is the data set here. I'll click on these three dots here and you will see copy part. I'll click on that copy part. I'll come here and I'll paste it. Control V. I'll paste it there. You see that? I'll paste it there. So this is our data set. Now let's run our code. Just hold down shift and enter, or you click on this icon here to execute your code. So I'm going to hold down shift and enter. I love to use shift and enter, but if you like, you will do it here. So when you can see here, this good simply means that it has, the code has executed successfully. So we're going to then find out if this data here is actually on this Colab now. remember, we have done that. We have named it. We have said that our DF, this premise data frame, should be this. Now let's execute the DF and find out if this data is inside our collab. Now to do that, I'll say DF. Just type DF, then execute. So this is the data set that we're using. Pay very good attention. This is the data set. Now this is our data set. This is our data set. Now, if you pay attention here, you will see order date, ship mode, first name, last name, segment, and this is the data set. Now, let me share something with you. The data set that we're using is a very small data set. If you are using data set that has over 100 and others rows of data, you won't be able to see everything here. Like you won't be able to see. So it will show you the first row, first 5 rows rather. First 5 rows, that's what it's going to show you, and then it will show you, it cuts and show you the bottom. So by the time you start working with large data sets, you will not be saying that, the day she taught us I seen everything, but now I couldn't see everything. No, that's because what we are using now is a small data set. Okay, the small data set. So this is our data set. Now we have our data set inside our collab. Now let's do small thing before we proceed. So let's insert so let's do small thing. I want us to play along with just play with this data set. Now, if you want to see the columns on this data set, let's say you want to see the columns and see, oh, this is what each column stands for, or this is what the columns of my data sets. Let's see how we can achieve this. We'll say DF. Remember, the DF is just the name of the table entirely. Let's use the name of our table instead of using the word data frame. So DF simply means the name of our table. Okay, so DF dot columns. So DF dot columns, you can see it there. So just shift and enter. So these are the names of my data on my column. Now let me share something with you. This is called index. We're going to talk about it very soon anyways. So you can see the order date, the ship mode, this and that. So this is what the names or the headers, call it headers, okay? The headers of my table. Now let's assume I want to see the top five rows. Of course, it's because I'm a data scientist, I know that it's five that it's going to give me. But let's say I want to see the top rows on this my data. Like I said, if you're working with large data sets, you won't be able to see everything on that data. So to see the top 5 on this my data set, I'm going to start another code. I will say df. So df dot head. Okay, df dot head, close. You put your parentheses and just don't type anything there. Shift and enter. Shift and enter. df dot head. df dot head. So it's giving us the first 5 columns. Of course, here it will start with Python, or let's use the word Python. It starts with what? 0. It doesn't start with 1, like we have in Excel. You know, Excel, row 1 is 1, 2, 3, 4. But in Python, we start with what? 0. Okay, so you can see here. So this is our what? Top 5. So you can see it's top at 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's say we want to see the bottom. Am I too fast? Am I too fast? Okay. Are you learning something? Are you learning something? Please. Okay, please, if you're learning something, give me a thumbs up. No fast, okay? I'm not fast. Thank you very much. If you're learning something, please give me a thumbs up. I want to be sure that I'm imparting. If you're learning something, give me a thumbs up. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. The pace is okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. I'm glad that you're learning. I'm glad I'm not fast, okay? Okay, so let's see. Let's look at how we want to see the bottom. Okay, let's see the bottom. To do that, we're going to say df, which is data frame, dot tailed. df dot tail, you can see it here. You have to close, just hold and shift and click on your closing parentheses, and then shift and enter. So this is the bottom. So this is the bottom. This is the bottom. So you can see it's showing us the bottom, top, the bottom 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the bottom 5 on these are data. bottom 5 on this our data. Let's say you want to see how many columns and how many rows do you have on your data set. How many columns or rows that you have on your data set. To do that, we're going to say df. So you're going to be having a lot of df. Okay, so df dot size. Now the size simply, okay, let me show you size before we go to shape. So df dot size, just hit enter. So the size will show you, like when you count everything inside the data. Okay, when you count everything, it simply means every attribute inside this data. When you count it, you're going to get 135. And what do I mean? This, same day, mark, pricing, consumer, furniture, everything there. So on this my data set, so when you count it, you're going to get 135. Now let's go to how many columns and how many rows that we have on data set. Now see what I'm showing you, right? As a data scientist, when you are working with the data sets, these are the things that you need to understand. You need to understand the columns. I want to see the first columns. Okay, I want to see the bottoms. I want to be sure that my data is this so row and columns. You understand? So I want to see how many rows I have on my columns. I want to see how many columns I have on my data. Apologies, on my data set. I want to see the headers. These are the things that you need to pay very good attention to when you're working with your data set. Now let's look at how many columns and how many rows we have on this data set. Now to achieve this, we will say df dot shape. Okay, df dot shape. So you can see we have 15 columns. So this here is columns, this 15, apologies, rows. So we have 9 columns and 15 rows. Okay, 9 columns and 15 rows. Now let's go then to the main work. We want to start visualization. Now we have seen our data. Okay, we've imported our data. Of course, the first thing that we did was to import our pandas, our seaborn, and matplotlib. Okay, so after importing it, we import the data set, and now we've looked at our data set. We want to see the size of our data set. We want to see the top, bottom, the top row, and of course, what are the columns, headers like. Now let's then walk into our data. Now, please pay very good attention. I'm going to be looking at just few things that we're going to be looking at, but let me share something with you. As a data analyst or data scientist, in fact, as a data professional, when working with the data, the first thing that you need to do is to understand the data, and that's what we just did. That's what we call data understanding. Now, let me share something. Most organizations, they will not tell you, they will share data with you, they will not tell you what they want to see. Pay attention. They will not tell you, oh, we want to see best performing employee, we want to see the best performing chart. You know, might not, of course, most people will not tell you because they want to test you. They want to know your critical thinking skills, right? They want to be sure that yes, you can deliver, you can bring out values or decisions that will help the organizations to make best informed business decisions, right? So they will not. So that's the area of what data understanding. You sit down with data, you understand your data, you look through your data, and then you ask yourself, what are the things that I need to see? What are the things that I need to see? Now, let's pay attention. Let's say that. So in this data, I want to see or visualize okay, we have our data. So let's say I want to visualize the sales. Okay, I want to visualize the sales. This is me telling you the things that I feel like I want to visualize. I want to visualize sales. I want to see, oh, do we have, maybe here, we have the highest sales. Do we have the lowest sales? Do we have this? These are what I want to do. Now, we then need to use charts to visualize this. Whenever we hear about data visualization, it's all about charts. And remember, because we imported our seaborn, which will help us to bring out those charts, matplotlib, that will help us to bring out those amazing charts. Now, to do that, we are going to use our seaborn, which is SNS. Remember, when we started, we said that what import seaborn as CNS. That means simply, instead of us to use the word seaborn, we use what? CNS. So seaborn as we import, just type CNS. Now, because Python has already know that this is what visualization is, not asking you which visualization are you going to use? So immediately you type it and put dots, you will see this will appear. All these things that you are seeing here, they are what? Data visualization tools, okay? Which is Matplotlib. You know, Seaborn is built on Matplotlib. I don't want to take you there. So I'm going to type the chart I want to use. It depends on you. If you want to use pie chart, you want anything you want to use, but this one now, I want to use histoplot. So I'll just type. So immediately you start typing it, you see it here, histoplot. So I'll click on this, just select it. Now I'll open my parentheses, okay? Then DF. When you use your DF simply means you are calling your table. Let's use the word table so that you understand it. Or we can call it data frame, but let's use the word table. The name of your table in this context is what? DF. Okay, so pay very good attention, please. Pay attention. CNS, which is Seaborn, and of course the visualization tool that we want to use there. It can be pie chart, it can be bar chart, any chart of your choice. But I want to use histoplot. Now I will call the name of my table. Remember, the name of my table here is what? DF. Now, when you call the name of your table, remember in your table you have different columns. Okay, we have first name, we have last name. It depends on. But me, I want to call a column here called sales, right? If I'm not mistaken, sales. So the next thing I need to do is to use what? My square brackets. So see, hold down. I don't know the desktop you're using, but I'm using Dell. Okay, so I'm using Dell. So hold down your cap lock and then look for maybe curly brackets. Mine is curly brackets together with the square brackets. Okay, so hold down your cap locks rather, and then click on that. So you will see either your curly brackets or your square bracket. So I'm seeing my square bracket. Now, when you've done this, now pay attention. You see all the columns in this our data will appear. Look at it there. Look at it here. So all the columns will appear. Now, the next thing you need to do is to type double quotes. Just type quote once. It will appear by default. Now, let me tell you why we are doing this. Now, in Python, we believe that we call it string, right? We call it string. So it's string, or let me say for those of us that have little knowledge of Power BI or Excel, we call it text. Okay, text. So we believe that text should be inside a quote. Okay, text should be inside quotes. Please mute yourself. Mute yourself if you're on mute, please. Mute yourself. So we believe that it should be inside a quote, right? But numbers, or we call it integer, or we call it int. So it should not be inside quotes. Let's not take you far. So now the next thing I will do is select the column that I'm looking for. I'll select my sales. Just select my sales. Okay, so I'll select my sales. Now, is that all? So let's run it and see. Shift and enter. So this is it. This is our picture. Now let me share something with you. In Power BI, right? For those of us that maybe have little knowledge about Power BI. So you see Power BI, maybe that the chart is green or blue, whatever, and you want to change the color. In Power BI, you can do that. You can change the color. Now let's do that here. This our bars is called beans. So in Power BI, I call it bars, right? So here it's called beans. So it's blue. You can see here it's blue. Now let's do something. I want us to change the color. Let's see if we can change the color of your bars. I'm going to be using the word bars because you are still learning. Okay, I don't expect you to know some terminologies in Python. So here, what we are going to do here, I'm going to say, comma, color. So you can see color equal to, select this color. So my color here, I'll use that quote again because I said that when you're typing text or string, we put it inside quote. So my color here, I'll change it to green. Okay, change it to green. So I'll change it to green. So shift and enter. So you can see that's changed to green. Now it's very simple. Just come here, look at it here. Comma, After the sales comma, then you type whatever you want to type. So I change the color to green. Now, another thing again I want to show you before we proceed. In I don't know why I'm using Power BI for example, but now in Power BI, right? So you can say I want to see top 5 charts, top 5, whatever. So we want to see them. Now, to do that here, instead of seeing all these bins here, or call it bars, right? Instead of seeing everything here, so I want to see the top 5 or top 3 or top 2. So I want to move this thing to just 3. Okay, instead of seeing everything. So I'll come back here, just there, comma. So I'll type beans. So you can see beans, not like not onje beans. So beans. So you're not going to use quote here. I'm going to use, because I'm using integer. So just beans, type 3. I want it to be just 3 bars. So you can see it here, 3 bars. So the highest bar is this, followed by this and this. Okay. Let me take your questions before we proceed. Are you learning something? Are you learning something? Am I too fast? Okay, thank you, Samuel. Thank you, Samuel. Samuel, you are very active. I love that. I love that. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's proceed. I want us to look at something. Let's look at something. We have 2 more charts to go. I hope I'm not bothering you with a lot of Python codes and all that, but I want you to understand. I want you to see how easy it takes. Look at you. If you've not used Python before, even if you don't have Jupyter Notebook, you've seen how easy it takes for us to create this thing. So it's not hard. Trust me, it's not hard. But then again, it requires a lot of commitment. Trust me. Okay, so let's do something. Let's say I want to visualize these sales people. Okay, so you can see, I can see first name, last name. I'm going to use first name. I'll use first name here. Okay, so this one might be a bit dicey, but let's go. So I want to visualize the performance of these salespeople. So let's visualize their performance. Now, to do that, I'll scroll down. So here, so we're going to name it. I'll name it salesperson. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, right? So I want to see how this salesperson performed. It's not, you can name it anything of your choice, right? But trust me, I think this is salespersons, right? And their performance, right? How many sales do they make? What are the count of these salespeople? So I'll come here. So you can name it anything of your choice. I'll name it salespersons underscore count. Okay, this is what I want to name it. Salespersons underscore count is equal to df. So df simply means our data frame. So that whatever we are doing is coming from this data frame. I mean the data set. Okay, so I'll use my square bracket. So when you use your square bracket, it's going to call the column that you are paying attention to. So I'll use my quote. Remember I said that you're going to put it inside quotes. So I'll pay attention to this what? First name. I use last name. I just want to use the name, for example. Okay. So here, so just come here at the back of this. Look at where my cursor is written. Okay. Look at where my cursor is written. I'll put the value dot, just dot value. When you start seeing counting, you see it dot value underscore count. So you can see dot value underscore count. Close your parentheses and then shift and enter. So it has run. So we are counting the salespersons and their appearance. Okay, how many times the salespersons appeared on our data set? That's what we want to do. How many times these salespersons appear? It simply means how many sales that they make. Maybe in a week, some people might make like maybe one sales. In another week, one sales. Some people might be like 2 sales. Some people might be in the whole of the month, 1 sales. Okay, so this is just their performance, right? So to do that, we've done this. We just named our data. We've counted it. We want to count it, and you can see here that we use what dot value dot dot values underscore. This is Python bunch of variable. Apologies. So here, now let's proceed. The next thing that we need to do is we are going to use the matplotlib dot figures. Now, please pay attention. When we are using, I've told you guys about matplotlib, right? So it's used for data, to beautify your data, okay, to bring those charts. So to do that, we're going to use plt simply means matplotlib.pit, py plot, rather. We've named it before. So it's plt.figures. Sorry. So you see it here, okay, dot figure. Now, what we are trying to say here is that when Python helps us to create the chart, we want the chart to have figures, okay. Here, let me scroll up. So here you can see figures here. You can see these figures here. So here, because of the chart we want to use, if you did not use this, the figures will not appear. Okay, the figures will not appear. So double quote, just get your parentheses. Apologies. So the figure, double quote. So we're going to have our fixed size. Okay, fixed size. So when you start typing it, you see it here. So fixed size, open another parenthesis inside here. So my fixed size, I'll make it 10.6. Now, 10.6. Now, what this simply means is the size of the chart. Okay, the size of the chart. Do you want the chart to be very large, or do you want it to be very small? So when you join Amdoranalytics, trust me, all these things are something that will break down. We tell you when to use maybe 20 by 3, 20 by 1, 10 by 5 or 10 by 4, but I want to use 10 by 6. Okay, it's very simple. This is just like the size of the chart, because I want to use pie chart. I want to use pie chart. I don't want the pie chart to cover everywhere. Pay attention. I don't want the pie chart to cover everywhere. I don't want the pie chart to be very little. Okay, so that's why we are doing this. Right now, you can execute this or you scroll down again. Okay, so I will use my shift and enter, and let me execute this first. So you can see it here. Look at it here. It's telling us what the size will be. Okay, the figure size this will give us this. So let's proceed. Now, let's then continue with the chart. The chart we want to use is what? Pie chart. We have a lot of charts. For those of us that maybe use 1 or 2 charts in Power BI, we have a lot of charts rather, but we want to make it very simple. We want to use pie chart. Now, to use pie chart, I'm going to use PLT. You know what PLT is? PLT is matplotlib. PLT.py. Okay, so you can see it here. PLT.py. Now, I will open my parentheses. Sorry. So you open your parentheses. Now, to open my parentheses, I will type, I've said that plt.py. This is the py. Now, I will type the name of whatever, we have defined here. What we call this thing that we have done here is defined. We have defined what we want to do, which is what? The salesperson. Okay, so plt.py, which is want to use py on salesperson count. Just type salesperson, it will appear. Look at it here on salesperson count. That is what we have done. So this is what we have done. Now, comma, this, pay attention. What I've shown you here now will show us that this is the chart. This is where we are paying attention to. But then again, we are going to put some fixtures there. Okay, if you pay attention on this, you can see there is no label. There's nothing showing that this is Mr. KK, this is Mr. B, this is Mr. C. Do you understand? So here, we are going to use label. All these things I'm mentioning, they are all inside Python, right? Very simple to understand. It's because you're seeing it for the first time, so don't feel that it's overwhelming, not at all. So we're going to say label. Label will help us to label that chart A represents B, chart B represent this, and chart C represent this. Okay, so I'm going to type labels. Okay, guys. So you can see it here. Labels equal to, okay, so labels will be equal to what? It's equal to salesperson's count. So So look at it here. The labels, right? Now, it simply means this all the label. What will it be showing us? It will be showing us this salesperson's count. That salesperson's count. That's what we want us to show. Okay. So labels. Then use dot index. I'm going to talk about the index. What the index stands for, right? Dot index. So let's run this one. We're going to come back again. So let's execute this and see what it's going to give us. Now, this is what we have. Now pay attention. Let's scroll down and see. Do you see the labels? These are the labels. When we talk about labels, these are what we mean. Okay, so this is the labels. Adam is covering this, Daniel, Mark, and all these guys. This is their performance. So you see, look at it. Please pay attention. We're using pie chart. Remember, we use plt.py. So we are using pie chart. This is pie chart, right? And the figure size, or call it the fixed size. The fixed size that we use is what? 10 by 6. Now, if you use 20 by 100, or maybe the size, it will cover everywhere. It will cover everywhere. Okay, and of course, if you use the lesser figure, it's going to be very, very small. But we use what? 10 by 6. Simply means that we want it to be this size. These are the things that you're going to be learning when you join Amdoranalytics program. Okay, now please pay attention. Now, if you pay very good attention to this chart, now you will see that here we have Adam to be this shape, this one to be this shape. So we don't know their figures. Remember, we don't know the percentage. Now, for those of us that have been in statistics, or for those of us that somehow you've used any of these charts before, you understand that pie chart is about what? Percentage. Pie chart is what? 360 degree and 360. So pie chart is about percentage. So we're going to show their values here. We are going to show values. Okay, we are going to show the values here. I want it to be in percent. Okay, if this one is covering 5%, give us. If this is covering 10%, tell us. If this is covering 2%, tell us. And to do that, we'll go back to our code here. So look at where we are now. So just put your cursor here after the dot index. Okay, then use a comma there. So we're going to use what we call auto PCT. Auto PCT. So we just type in it to see it here. Yes, look at it there. Auto PCT. Okay, so auto PCT, you're going to use quotes. Use quote here. Why we're using code? We're using code because we want to type text. So it will not be percent. This is how it's been done. Percent 1, just type percent. 1%, type 1, and then dot 1 again, F, then type 2%. It's very simple. Don't feel like it's hard. It's very simple. So this is the percent. Now, it simply means that we are saying that this thing here, this is normal code, right? That's when this value is mentioned, shows the percentage, like 5%, 10%, and 20% shows that. Okay, that's what it simply means. So after the percent, we want to say that, of course, at the end of the everything that is showing us what 90 degree. So just write start angle. Yes, start angle to be equal to 90. Yes. So I've executed splashes. So here, where is it again? So here, execute it. So look at it here. Look at it here. So we have the percentage now. So this is very easy to understand. This is very easy to understand. Now, Daniel is taking 20%. Now, if you are, let's say you are the CEO of this company and you want to give any, maybe these salespeople want to give them a bonus, you want to give them, need to give them something, right? So you know that out of the 100% sales, that one person here is covering 20%. This person is covering 20%. So whatever you want to give to this person will not be the same thing with somebody who is covering 6.7, 6.7, 6.7. Okay. So if you're with me, say yeah. Type yeah. If you are with me and you can hear me, type yeah. Let's go. Oh yeah, let's go. Are you learning something? Yeah, Cindy, yeah. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you, Samuel. So let's go, guys. Yeah. Pasha, NK. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I love the energy. So let's go. Let's just take one. Let's just take one. Let's look at our data and see if there is one more. I want us to try another chart. I want us to try bar chart. Okay, so let's see what we are going to do there. You know, most times, right, when you are working on this, and pay attention, I'm going to talk about it later. Maybe when you start your program, I'll talk about it, right? So when you're working on something like this and you want to bring your column header, okay, when you use your square brackets, if you want to type it and it's not coming forth, just come to your data set here and copy the header. Just copy the header here and paste it there. Okay, copy the header and paste it there. So now let's pay attention to something. Let's look at other dates, ship mode. Okay, let's look at ship mode. Okay, so in this company, we have ship mode simply means how they are shipping those goods. Some are being shipped on the same day. Some are first class, some are second class, some are standard. You can see it here. Okay, so for those of you, not me, us now. So for those of you that are shipping goods, you know that if it's going the same day, you order it that same day, and it will be delivered that same day. That will be millions that you're going to pay there, right? So we have first class, we have second class, and we have standard class. So let's see how sales happen across these ship modes. Okay, so let's proceed. I want us to try another chart. So I'll come here. Of course, you are going to name the variable. So I'm going to name it ship mode underscore count. So ship mode underscore count. You know why we are using underscore. So here you cannot use space. Okay, you cannot use space. So ship mode underscore will be equal to df. So you know why we're using our df. Our df is the name of our table. I'm using the name of the table, but in data science we call it data frame. Okay, so df. Then let's use our square brackets straightforward. So square brackets, I use my double quote. So we are looking at what? Ship mode. This is my ship mode. I'll select it. Okay. So remember that we're going to use what? Dot value underscore count. So we are counting their values. Okay. So just come here, use the dot there and type values underscore count. You can see it there. Make sure that you close your parentheses together. Just hold that shift and maybe 9 on your keyboard. You will see the opening parentheses and closing parentheses together. You don't need to type anything in there. Don't need to type anything. Just hold that shift and hit enter to run the code. So we've done that. We have done that. If you want to see it, what we have done, like this thing that we have created, let's give it a name. So let's insert another one. So I'm going to just call ship mode and hit enter. So ship mode underscore count. So look at it here. Let's run it. So you see what we have done. Look at it here. Look at it here. So ship mode, you can see second class is 6, first class 5, same day 3, okay, same day 1, standard class 3. Okay, so this is how the shipping happened in that organization. Maybe I don't know if this is 1 year data set, or of course it's not 1 year. It maybe is a month data set. So this is how shipping happened in that organization for the period of the data set, whatever they shared with you. Okay. Now let's then dive in. Let's dive in. I want us to visualize it. Now to visualize this, I want to use bar chart. So we are going to use, we call it bar plots rather, bar plots. Okay, so I'm going to use my what? Remember, we're going to use our what? CNS. You know what CNS is? Our Seaborn. Okay, to visualize anything, to bring anything into visualization, you use your CNS, which is Seaborn. So Seaborn dot. Now, what chart are you going to use? I'm going to use bar plots. Look at it here. I'll type it. Bar plot. Okay. Now, please pay attention. I want to teach you something. I want to teach you something. So I'm going to go far. But then again, pay attention. We in mathematics, or call it in a, it's not even mathematics, it's everywhere. But let's use the word mathematics. So we have in bar chart, this is bar chart. Okay. So this is bar chart. Okay, bar chart will be like this. So we have the x-axis and we have the y-axis. Okay, so you know all these things, right? So we have the x-axis and the y-axis. So what we want to do now, we're going to see that the x-axis, our x-axis should be the index. Now pay attention. You be asking me, what is the index here? Now here is the index. This thing, these values there, you see this text, it's called categorical data, but let's call it text. It's the index. Okay, this is our index. Now what it simply means is that here our x-axis will be the index, our x-axis. So here will be standard class. Here will be maybe first class. Here will be same day, whatever. So this x-axis will be our what? Index. So our y-axis will be our what? Our values. Okay, our y-axis will then be our values. Okay, so let's go back to our this. So now I'm going to open a parenthesis. So I will say x, or x to be equal to, of course, ship mode count. Yes, ship mode count. That's the name of the table. Yeah, the data we've here we've named this variable. So this is the name of the variable. Ship mode count to be dot index. Okay, then comma. It simply means that what we are saying here is that the x-axis should be the index, and this is the index here. This is the index here. So here we are going to what? Have our y to be the values. So our y will now be, so y equal to ship mode count, ship mode underscore count. Okay, it will be dot values. But not too fast, dot values. Okay. Okay. So let's execute this. As you get an error. Apologies, I want to find out where the problem is coming from. Okay, so I'm going to delete that, start over. So let's do it again. CNS dot bar chart, dot bar plot. Okay, so open a parenthesis. I'm supposed to pay attention and read that error. I don't have that patience. So my x-axis will be equal to ship mode underscore count dot index. So I want to execute this. Well, there's no problem then with. So comma, our y-axis will be equal to ship mode ship mode dot values. Execute this. Yes, I don't know why I got the error before. I know that it's okay. So we have this. So you can see this is our what? This is our index. You can see the ship mode here. Okay, so this is our index and this is the values here. So if you enjoy what I'm doing, please celebrate me now. Oh yeah, give me a thumbs up. Oh yeah, let's go. Thank you, Samuel. I love your energy. Samuel. Thank you very much. Thank you. So now my question for everybody, now, like something, if you want to change the color, you can change the color just like what we did with histoprot. Okay, you can change the color. If you want to change the size, you can still change the size. There's a lot you will do here, but I don't want to bore you too much so that you will not get scared. I'll be like, it's like Python is bad. It's hard to learn. It's not difficult to learn. Okay, it's not. So if you know that, now from what you've seen here, do you think that it's difficult to become a data scientist? So just my question. From what you've seen here, do you think that it's difficult to become a data scientist? I need you to speak or you can type. Just tell me. Do you think that it's difficult to become a data scientist? No. Thank you very much, Cindy. Let's take others. No. Okay, from Julian. Okay, let's go. Let's go, guys. It's not difficult to become a data scientist. Trust me. If others can do it, trust me with it. So all you need is an expert who would hold your hand, tell you, do this, do this. It takes not. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. It's not difficult to become a data scientist. It's taxing. See, let me tell you something, Tobeshuku. There is no career path that is not taxing. Even business analysis is taxing. Project management is taxing. There is no, even if you want to learn a graphic design, you want to learn graphic designing, trust me, it is still taxing. Every career path is all about tax. I remember when back then when we were in university, I'm like, my economics is killing us, I wish that I made TMA. So there's no course that is not taxing. All of them, it all requires your time. So let's come back to Amdoranalytics and then why Amdoranalytics. So let's talk about Amdoranalytics, right? So my colleagues are going to be dropping a sheet here. It's not difficult to become a certified data analyst. Thank you very much, Okeshuku. So, Adetola, if you can hear me, Shika, if you can hear me, any of my team that are here, if you can hear me, please drop the link so that people will feel it. Okay, thank you. All right, so let's talk about what we had Amdoranalytics. When we started, we introduced you guys to Amdoranalytics, who Amdoranalytics is and what we offer here at Amdoranalytics. Now, let me share something very amazing. If you're joining our program first time, if you're joining Amdoranalytics program for the first time, bootcamp for the first time, we are offering a huge 90% discount on all our programs for you to start your career. We don't want you to say that, because I don't want to start my career in 2026 because I don't have money. No, we've made it easy, possible for everybody who is interested to become a data scientist, data analyst, business analyst, cybersecurity professional to jump into their career path with as little as 5 kobo. Okay, so as little as 5 kobo. All right, so we're offering a 90% discount across all our programs. Here are the programs that we offer here at Amdoranalytics. You need to pay attention. We offer data analytics program. In data analytics, you don't need to code. Okay, we offer cybersecurity program. So what we do here, of course, cybersecurity is of 4 different parts. I'm not going to talk, dwell on that because my colleague who took cybersecurity on Wednesday really explains that part very well. So we are still going to share the link to that section with you guys. So if you missed that section, please go back and watch that video and you'll be well blessed. Right. So we have HR analytics. In HR analytics program, you don't need to code. Then we have AI engineering. So in AI engineering program, you will code. Okay, we have data engineering. In data engineering program, you will code. We have data science. In data science program, you will code, just like what we are doing now, or we just did now. So we have project management. In project management program, you don't need to code. In business analysis program, you don't need to code. So you can. Now, when people mention anything about tech, everything about tech is not about coding. We have no code. We have no code career path, and we still have where you need to code. So in data science, data engineering, and data engineering, you will code. And trust me, if you don't like numbers, don't go for all these career paths. If you don't like numbers, or you don't that I don't like anything that has to do with numbers, don't go into this. Okay, so now we have these programs that we offer here at Amdoranalytics. Now let's talk about the fee. We started something very great and very amazing. So few. Okay, I believe you can see my screen very well now. So we started a 90% discount across all our programs. So pay attention. So if you want to learn cybersecurity here at Amdoranalytics and AI engineering, so the fee at the moment is 150,000 naira. 150,000 naira for cybersecurity, AI engineering. So any of these courses that you want to transition into, you are paying as little as 150,000 naira. Now, if you want to move into data analytics, HR analytics, data engineering, data science, project management, business analytics is as little as 100,000 naira. Oh yeah, clap for the analytics team. So please celebrate us, celebrate Amdoranalytics team. So thank you, Samuel. Thank you, guys. Thank you. There is nowhere you are going to see this at this price. So there is nowhere. I mean, nowhere. Don't make recession. You come back and tell us that, guys, what are you guys doing? So when we started this program, my team and I, we had a very good conversation around this. Why do we want to do this? Is it worth it? But at the end of the day, we decided to do it because of the love of the Africa. Like we said, our mission is to ensure that everybody across the African continent have access to tech knowledge. Okay, so this is the program that we offer, and this is their training fee. Now, let me tell you something about Amdoranalytics. Please pay very good attention. This is important. You know, a lot of people have reached out to us and they start asking, "Oh, how much is the program? What is the program all about?" It is beyond the training. What we offer here at Amdoranalytics is beyond the technical training. The training is part A, and the second part is the amazing part of our program. And that is what you're going to be getting as a student of Amdoranalytics. Now, one thing that you need to understand about Amdoranalytics is hands-on program. For you that will be joining our bootcamp over this maybe weeks, or this is the first time joining our bootcamp, all our programs are hands-on experience. Now, it simply means from the beginning of the program to the end of the program, you are going to be working on different projects. I mean, different projects that you're going to be working on, okay? So nobody's going to give you any PDF and access to go and read it. No. It's not theory. It's not theoretical program. It is hands-on program. So that's one thing that you need to understand about Amdoranalytics. Another thing again is that we are going to be teaching you with standard tools. Okay, standard tools. Like now, you see that we use Collab to learn. There's something I will still tell you guys. You see this thing that will be showing you, type this code, and type this code. There is another way you can use this thing that you don't even need to type, that the AI inside the Collab will be typing it for you. I don't want to take you to that part, right? Because I want you to understand you need to learn. Okay, so these are the things that we do here at Amdoranalytics. We'll teach you. Understand the knowledge, the language, because Python is a language. Understand the Python language first, and then we'll now teach you, see, if you didn't use it this way, you can still do it this way. Okay, and AI, built-in AI and Collab will be helping you to type all these things. In fact, you don't know, but don't worry. These are the things that you're going to be learning when you join Amdoranalytics program. So another thing again that you need to understand about Amdoranalytics program is the experts, instructors that you're going to be meeting with, okay, from meeting myself and my other colleagues in the industry who would be guiding you to, helping you to ensure that you learn, you understand, they mentor you. Okay, so this is what we do here at Amdoranalytics. When it comes to value, by God's grace, we don't play with that. We deliver 101% value. I mean, beyond 100% value, we deliver it here because we know the trainers, they are experts. When we talk about experts, they are experts in their field. So imagine learning from experts. Okay, imagine learning from people that are very good in the industry and they want to give back what they know. They want to deliver it. They want to push it in. Okay, so another thing again that you need to understand about Amdoranalytics program is mentorship. So here it is beyond your classes Saturdays and Sundays, because our classes, pay attention, our classes are Saturdays and Sundays. Okay, Saturdays and Sundays. That's weekend classes. Now, every Thursday, you are going to be meeting with different mentors. If you want to go far in life, you need a mentor. Trust me, if you are in 2 minutes, you know that you need a mentor. Okay. So if you want to transition into a career path like tech, you need someone that will guide you through. So you're going to be meeting with different mentors every Thursdays. Another thing I want to talk about Amdoranalytics that is not here, I want to mention that is the LinkedIn optimization. LinkedIn optimization. We understand how important it is for you to have optimized LinkedIn account. Here at Amdoranalytics, we are very, very much interested in you having an optimized LinkedIn. Okay, so we help you to optimize your LinkedIn. Of course, it helps you to develop or build a personal brand. Right, so that's one. Another thing again is CV review section. You are going to be having a standard CV review section. So you see that what we are delivering here, that your 100,000 naira or 50,000 naira that you want to pay is not up to a section. I told my colleagues this yesterday. I said, whatever we are collecting from these people or whatever they are paying, not that we're not collecting, but whatever they are paying for any of these things, doesn't work up to an hour section. Here at Amdoranalytics, I'm being honest. Right, I shared something yesterday with them. I said, over the years, by God's grace, I've been mentored over 3,000 people in Upwork optimization. I've helped them to optimize their Upwork, and by God's grace, we have a lot of results out there. Okay, I don't collect less than for one person, and now I collect 50,000 naira to mentor you on Upwork an hour. So now imagine you learning this thing for weeks, not just the technical training. You're learning the technical training, you're learning every benefit, CV review session, Upwork optimization. So as you're listening to me, now just meet someone and tell the person that you want to optimize your LinkedIn, that the person should assist you. Person who is a professional, not just so the person will sit down with you for an hour and help you to optimize your CV and your Upwork and your LinkedIn, and the person will just tell you, and you tell the person, thank you for banking with us, and you leave. No. But here at Amdoranalytics, we give that to our students for free. So you're getting CV review, Upwork optimization. See that Upwork optimization? You're getting it, and you're not paying for all these things, right? You're not paying for any of all these things. So, and of course, we are not just teaching you, and of course, telling you, thank you for banking with us at the end of the day. There's a post-training support. Post-training support, very, very important. Okay. So even after your program, you are still with us. You have a community where you will join. We have alumni community. You join the alumni community, you continue developing yourself. So this program is going to last for 12 weeks. 12 weeks, 8 weeks of hands-on training and 1 month of hands-on projects. Okay, so 4 weeks rather. So in total, so it's going to be 12 weeks program, 2 months training, live training, and 1 month projects. At the end of the day, is 3 months program. So we're going to teach you how you build, because that one is very important. So you need to build a standard portfolio. Okay, so portfolio is where you put all your projects, you work together, put them together and share. Okay, so another thing again that you should understand is the supportive community. Very, very, very important. So we have people that will be there that will be supporting you, telling, oh, you've done this, so you didn't do it very well, and all that. So we have that here. Okay, so another thing again that you should understand about Amdoranalytics program is the proven success stories. So we have it across all our platforms. So if you go to our YouTube, search Amdoranalytics, go to the playlist and click on testimonies, and you see a lot of testimonials of students who that have gotten job and those that are still, well, maybe they've just sharing their stories of their experience with Amdoranalytics. And if you check our Instagram, so Amdoranalytics, official Amdoranalytics on Instagram, you are going to still see someone who has gotten job and people sharing their experience, their learning experience with Amdoranalytics. So we have a lot of success stories out there across all our social media platforms. If you go there, check Amdoranalytics, you will see our success stories. And I don't want to talk about the fee because the fee is just 6 months. Our training program, if you have been following us, if you join our bootcamp December, you see that all our programs are 800, 700, and in fact, our AI engineering is 1.1. If you go on our website, you still see it. Scroll down, you see our AI engineering to be 1.1. And all these things, we are doing it for 150,000 and 100,000 naira. So, yeah, cyber security is 150,000 naira. So this is it here. So you can see cyber security and AI engineering. These two, they are 150,000 naira. They are 150,000, and this one there, that's less than $77 for all these ones that are 100,000 naira. Okay, so less than or even $77. Okay, so now the question is, what are you waiting for? The program starts on 28th of this month. You are not going to wait till 28th because we are closing the deal very soon. We're closing the 90% scholarship very soon. So we shared this last weekend that by 20th of this month, if I'm not mistaken, my colleagues are doing it. So by 20th of this month, today is 14th. So by 20th of this month, we are going to close down the 90% discount. Then by 21st to 27th, we go back to our original price, and then application for everything closes on 27th. Class starts on 28th. Class starts on 28th. So if you have any questions, please ask us. We are here to take your questions. Want to know more about us? Please ask us. Do you want to know more about me? Please ask me. I want to know more about my colleagues. They are here. Ask us. So we have people that will be reaching out to you. Just know that when they tell you that they are this from Amdoranalytics, we have the Jafet, Adetola, and Shika. So I think these are the certified persons to reach out to you, and of course myself, and be another colleague. So let's take.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Bola is my name.
150,000 naira is expensive. Okay.
Bola is my name. I said Bola is my name.
Go ahead, sir. I'm with you, sir.
All right. I had the breakdown of the programs. Though I registered my daughter yesterday, but now that I'm hearing the detailed amount that the program were initially for 1.1 million, 750,000. Are we sure to get the full package? Like someone who is paying the real amount?
So you're getting value for the money. So
Everything that is needed to be taught, will get it.
Are we going to teach you something that you need to learn in 7 years and 2 months? Is it possible?
No. That's not what I'm saying. What you've been teaching for 1.1 million within the same 3 months, are we getting the same thing for these 3 months?
No, sir. I'm a very sincere person by God's grace, and a Christian by God's grace. Yeah, I don't lie. I never lie because of business. I will never go to hell because of business, right? So you're not going to get 100%. You understand? It's not good. You see value, that one is sure. You're getting value, 100% value. But it will never be 100%. Imagine programming something that you're going to learn in 5 months. We are trying to push everything. We are trying to push everything inside 2 months. You will still not meet up. Okay? Still not meet up, yeah.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome, sir. So
yeah, good day.
Yeah, good day.
Please, another question. Thank you for the wonderful explanation. I want to ask a simple question. At the course of doing this program and someone is applying, the person is fortunate enough to be invited for an interview. Do you prep the person for an interview?
Of course, we did. We do. In fact, one of our students had an interview yesterday morning. So, and she has been with us for 4 days. We did interview preparatory session with her for 4 days. And she had an interview yesterday morning. So you can check her out and ask questions. This is a verifiable people out there. So I don't know if you joined our 2 weeks ago, we did a Women in Tech program. So in that Women in Tech program, her name is Fumi. She was part of the program, persons that joined the program or did the program. So, and she's on LinkedIn. I'll give you her name, Fumi Lola Abifumi Layo. I don't know if she's here. So we do that actually. We do that, man. I'm not sure.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay, so any other question? So even if I don't have a tech background, I think you need to tell the prerequisite basic for mathematics and statistics for data science example. It depends on what you want to learn.
Hello, Madam Chi.
So if you, yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
good day. Sorry, I have a question to ask. The question this
Okay.
the other man asked brought my attention to that question. I can't recall his
Yeah,
name.
go ahead.
Okay, my question is this. For instance, let's say I'm opting for data analytics. So, and like you said, yes, I know it's not possible to push everything that will be taught in 5 months into 2 months. You can't compress it. Now, my question is this. I know that data analytics, at least the basics, we start with Excel. From Excel, I think Power BI, SQL, and so on. So I don't know. Are we going to get at least Excel, Power BI, SQL from this training? I don't know. I said, let me ask.
If we are going to get what? Excel, Power BI, and SQL.
For that data analytics, is it possible?
Yes. Yes, it's possible.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am. Okay, so I want to take some questions from the chat. Why? How much is cybersecurity? 150,000 naira. Why is cybersecurity expensive than others? I understand your question, sir. So 150,000 naira is expensive. Oh, by the time we take it to the original price, that time that you know that it's not expensive. So instead of you to come here and be clapping for us, you even ask us, how are you guys making your money? Do you have any government supporting you? Do you have people supporting you?
Okay, sorry, ma, I have one more question. Do you give reference letter? Do you
Yes,
give
we do, ma'am.
reference letter?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Yes, we
Okay,
do.
so with the portfolio, someone can use the portfolio that was built during the section for job application.
Of course. In fact, one amazing thing that we do here at Amdoranalytics, right? When you are joining Amdoranalytics, especially people that are very, very committed, that you know what you want, we'll tell you not to use Amdoranalytics as your learning platform. Instead, use Amdoranalytics as, if you're on LinkedIn, you can put Amdoranalytics that if you're in data space, you can say data analyst consultant or data scientist consultant. So it will help to boost your LinkedIn or boost your profile. Do you understand?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So you can, we'll help you with reference letters. We'll help you with that. And of course, the projects that you're going to be building, you will use it on your portfolio.
Yeah, but based on the data set you used today, which was like, you said like a 1 month data set, are we going to use a higher data set at the cost of the program?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, ma'am. So guys, more questions? So you can just go to the group, ask questions on how to make payments. Like we said, seats are fast filling and we don't need any class where we'll have too much people so that we're able to control the number of students we have in the class. So it simply means that if you pay very late, you might not be able to join, or we'll ask you to pay the original price for our program. All right, thank you very much for joining. I want to see you in our class. We want to see you. So if you have any other question, please do ask. We have another question for us.
Another question, please.
Yes, I'm here with you.
Yes.
I'll take 100 questions.
Someone who is running a school business. Are you
Yes,
hearing
sir.
me?
Yeah, I'm with you, sir.
Someone who is running a school business and still has interest in tech. How can I inculcate that into my school business? And then which package do I go for?
Okay,
Did you
so
get me?
yes, I do. So I would
Okay.
suggest 2 career paths. Okay. So for someone who is in school business, I would never suggest I
Yes.
should do something like coding something that has with has to do with coding, right? So I will suggest something like data analytics. Oh, sorry, business analysis or project management. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So why I mentioned business analysis is because business analysts they are problem solvers. Okay.
Yeah.
And as someone who
Okay.
has in business, because school there is still a business, you are providing solutions. Oh, this class is not performing well, they will call you, they will ask you, oh, what do we need to do and all that. At the end of the day, you come up with something that will sort that problem. So the simply means that you're a problem solver. Okay.
Okay.
So now you can move into business analytics program. So where you're going to be learning how to then solve other business programs using tools. So what you are doing at
Okay.
you're not using any tools. Maybe of course you have built-in tools from God, so that you're using to solve that problem. Now you're going to be using technical tools to solve the problem in real life. Okay. Now let me tell you
Okay.
something. Let me tell you something about tech ecosystem. It's not a must you work with any company, like work with any companies, like say full time. You
Okay.
that you are in business, you are into school business. You can become
Yes.
a business analyst and then become a business consultant. Now you
Okay.
be consulting for businesses. Now, you're consulting for businesses with your knowledge, your past knowledge, or let me say, of course, not your past knowledge, anyways. So it's still your transferable knowledge. So you have those knowledge of how to solve problems. You can use it to solve other business programs, and then as a business consultant. Now, it simply means that you are not leaving your school business to go and be
Yes.
facing one 9 to 5 business or
Okay.
work. So there you can still be a business consultant. You can be talking to people. You can be analyzing people's data. You can be telling them what they need to do and thereabouts. You are doing that based on your experience, and you are then
Okay.
using tools to solve that problem. So I would highly recommend business analysis program for you. You
Okay.
understand? Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Thank you so much. Please.
You're welcome, sir. So any other questions? Okay, guys, thank you very much. Now, let me share something with us. Take home. We are having another section by 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Nigerian time today. So 7 p.m. Nigerian time. I know you like to hear from people who have been in the tech ecosystem, not coming here to teach you technical tools every time. So last weekend, I was here teaching you how you can use Python, SQL, and how you can use Gen AI, and how you can use Power BI. Today again, I'm still teaching you how to use Python. Can I learn from people who have been in this space to share their experience with me? Let me even think with something I can do. I want to hear from people. I want to hear from experts. So 7 p.m. Nigerian time, we are going to be having that section, and of course, it's tagged women in tech, but trust me, that section is for everybody. It's for everybody. So we expect you to be there. Come and learn. Come and hear. When we tell you about mentorship that we are going to be having here at Amdoranalytics, it simply means learn from people, learn from their past mistakes, and learn on how you can be better. Okay, so for those of us that are coming here every day and be telling you, oh, click here to get this. Oh, no, the answer is not correct. You have to do it this way. When we started our career, we had no one to tell us click here and click here. I used to tell people this. I learned in a hard way. Okay, so we want you to come and learn from those guys. Ask questions about career. Ask questions. So we have 2 women, powerful women, that will be coming there today to share their past experience with you, and their experience in as far, in fact, they're still in tech, right? So one is a data analyst, another person is data scientist, right? And these are high professional guys who has been in the space for over 8 decades now. So please make sure that you join this section by 7 p.m. Nigerian time. When you see that section is very, very important. It is very, very important. You need the technical skills and you need soft skills. You need people to tell you the truth. So join the section by 7 p.m. See you there. And again, don't forget that registration for our program is ongoing. So There's no time. There's no time. There's no time wasting. Delaying for anything. Just make payments and let's get you on board. Thank you, guys. Cheers.
Sorry, please, what's the mode of payment? How do we pay if we are to pay?